Today, I will receive so much harsh treatment to where I must go to rehab and recover.
And you don't even watch sports. You want to trade Anthony Davis for LeBron's son because it's a fantasy in your head.
This guy came in here in a Keisha Cole shirt that looks... What's the bitch name?
It's Carrie Hilson.
No.
He don't even know women.
I do know women. I know that's not Beyonce.
Week 11, NFL in the books.
Week 11.
Yeah.
And which week is this?
What you mean what week it is? It'll be week 12, right?
But this episode 15. Tell me how that shit fucking makes sense. We're back at it again.
Hold up, wait. You're not about to do that.
I am?
No, it's not. The reason why it's like that is because we started back before NFL season started. We started the show when the NBA playoffs was going on.
We started 3 episodes before football.
Maybe 4, yeah.
So how can it be week 12 where we're on episode 15? Wouldn't it be episode 16?
Mm-mm. You're not about to hit me with that ninja nonsense, man. I'm not about to fall for that today. You burned me up 2 or 3 times last episode with that, so you're on with it.
I don't like your attitude.
I'm just here to get through the day, man. How you feel?
How you approaching this show? It's not like you came here with high energy and vigor and youthfulness.
You came in
and
here,
excitement.
You came in the show fussing.
I didn't fuss no one. That's not recorded. That's not documented. So it's a lie.
But the people in the room know, though.
I'm positive. I got a great attitude today.
You sure about
You couldn't
that?
even tell that anything's bothering me because it's not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just ready to talk sissy ball.
Why do you keep calling it that, man?
Because it's the weakest sport.
How is it the weakest sport?
Because it's no personalities. It's no charisma.
How does that make it sissy? That still doesn't say anything. Like,
That does. It's sissy ball.
Man,
it's the weakest of them all.
Man, you had Drew Brees out there with fractured ribs and a collapsed lung, still out there on the side.
Why? Why would his dumb ass? Soon as a little finger is dislocated, we sit out in man sports.
In man sports, that's what the men do, huh?
Yeah, we sit out. We preserve our body for longevity.
I pulled a muscle in my back. I'm out for 4 games.
You ever seen a basketball player flop?
Yeah, I see it all the time.
Great acting, great storytelling.
Now that's real weak. That's real sissy ball. Anyhow, Seahawks, they defeated the Cardinals 28-21.
We knew that.
Yeah. It was a good game. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It was the 2 undefeated teams. Well, not undefeated, 2 6-2 teams.
Right.
But they was undefeated against each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say.
How can you be undefeated against each other? You must be didn't play each other.
I mean, whatever word that's supposed to go there, goddamn. If you don't put goddamn 50 Shades of Jay sweater on and you do the fucking shit, goddamn, come on, man. It's your turn to get on camera. You get over there and let this man get over here.
You know what that is? You don't watch sports.
You don't watch sports.
You don't even watch sports. All right, the Saints beat the Falcons, man. Drew Brees was out. They had Tyson Hill come in. He looked bad the first half, second half. He picked it up. It still don't mean shit.
How can you look bad in the first half against the Falcons? In what world do we live in this world of football that you can come in a game and look bad against the Falcons?
A game where you got a dude that's not necessarily a quarterback.
Why is he in the league then?
Because he's good at everything. He's not great at
He's good at everything with being a quarterback.
He's not a regular quarterback, though.
What's a regular quarterback?
A regular quarterback. You got me there. But he's not a regular quarterback. Like, he plays every position. He plays tight end. He plays special teams. He plays running back sometimes. Like,
he's just an extra fucking man.
Yeah, he just can do anything.
So where are the quarterbacks that just play quarterback position for the Saints? The one that they won't put in?
I think that boy crazy. I don't know what's wrong with Jameis Winston. Something wrong with him if he can't beat him out.
Isn't he just a regular quarterback?
Yeah, a regular bad quarterback.
Didn't he win a championship?
In college, yeah.
And why do all the championship college quarterbacks get in the league and fail?
Because you playing against better competition now. Like, you can be, in college, you can be the best person on the field. In the NFL, that's not really going to happen. You're not going to be the fastest person on the field. You're probably not going to be the strongest person on the field. So, like, the competition is just elevated. That's all it really boils down to.
So the quarterbacks really don't be winning the championship that they glorify.
No, the quarterbacks are just kind of like your point guards for your basketball teams. It's just the person who get the credit for when everything goes good, and the one who gets the first blame when everything go bad.
So what happened in the story of James Winston?
Jameis Winston?
Yeah, what happened in his story?
I mean, he played for Florida State. It wasn't that many good teams in this conference.
I know, but he was a champion.
Yeah, man.
He was supposed to been the next, not Vic, because he wasn't supposed to be Vic. He was supposed to be like a Cam Newton.
Yeah, but I mean, he just don't have the mental aspect of it. You could be gifted physically, but
so mentally, you feel like that's why he's done in this league, because he just feel like he lost so many games, leads, interceptions in Tampa that he has a losing mentality.
I think so, in my opinion, yeah.
So why we don't get this bum out the league?
I mean, because you always gonna need a backup quarterback.
How when you got a nigga that can play every position?
You can't have him play.
You have a nigga that's a tight end, a fullback, a kicker, a water boy, and a quarterback. And he beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
That's the game you throw Winston in. Can you beat the Falcons?
Can you beat the Falcons? Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. So that's why I say I don't think
that's like the dumb shit they're doing in Miami, but that's another story.
The Titans beat the Ravens in overtime, 30-24, man. That was a good game. I watched that. Did you watch that one?
The Ravens offense is exposed. It's no more play action. It's no more run. Everyone in the league know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
so it's time to get a new offensive coordinator and get this old ass dinosaur that keep doing the same shit every time you get a quarterback. He do the same system and he get exposed.
I don't think it's that. I just think he ain't got no good. Lamar Jackson don't have no good wide receivers.
I think it's the offensive coordinator.
I mean, it could be a little bit of both. But shit, if you ain't got no receivers, who you gonna throw to? When Willie Snead's your best receiver, bro, you're not doing too good, man. I mean, they got Andrews at tight end, but I mean, they need somebody downfield. It ain't gonna work.
Do you hear the excuses you making, sissy ball? For everyone?
No, my
you have a generational talent, which is Lamar Jackson, who was last year's unanimous MVP. And this year you talking about the skid is because the MVP from last year don't have a nigga that can catch the ball?
Man,
go out there and win those goddamn fucking games.
Man, you 2 years in the league. You think people don't see what's going on? Like, we don't know.
1 year in the league, I was a champion.
Yeah, because nobody knew what the fuck to expect from you. Every time you drop back, you catching out, man. The fuck gonna catch up with that? It's a year later. You think people ain't hip to that? Come on, man.
Change the playbook.
I mean, maybe get a better receiver. The Texans beat the Patriots.
Who is this on your goddamn shirt?
Kerry Hilson, boy.
I thought that was Keisha Cole for a second.
Don't never disrespect Kerry Hilson.
The fake goddamn Beyonce.
That's what Keisha Cole is?
No, Kerry Hilson.
Oh, Kerry Hilson?
She was supposed to be the next Beyonce once upon a time.
I don't necessarily.
You see how I deflected from talking this goddamn Colts and they beat the Packers? Because there's no fucking way Rodgers should have lost to the Colts.
I like the way you did that. We was actually talking about the Texans beating the Patriots before that. Nice try. But you tried it.
Why are we talking about the Texans beat the Patriots?
I mean, because you said you like Cam Newton, right?
Do I like Cam Newton?
I'm actually.
I like the way he dressed. He ain't showed me shit this year.
Man, that's weird. So you like the way he dressed more than the way he played?
I think he has a fashion sense that's light years in the future.
So why you?
Any man that can pull off knickerbockers and a goddamn Pharrell Williams hat, he gets my applause.
Why you don't dress like that?
Because I can't afford it anymore.
So the Texans beat the Patriots 27-20. The Colts beat the Packers. Phillip Rivers over Aaron Rodgers. What you think, man?
I think he got lucky.
Who did? Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers. Everything clicked for him. Everything didn't click for Aaron Rodgers because on his last drive, it was a debacle. He had time.
Yeah?
He had time. There's no reason why we should be snapping the ball. Still got time on the clock. Still got downs. You need to go out there and get a touchdown. You don't need to be stopping the clock.
Do you consider Aaron Rodgers top three right now in the league at quarterback?
Your number one quarterback is Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Your number two quarterback is Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger?
Yes.
Nah.
He's your number two.
He's not. But who's number three then?
Your number three, Russell Wilson.
So you think Ben Roethlisberger is better than Russell Wilson? You think Ben Roethlisberger is better than Aaron Rodgers?
This defense is not winning these games. Roethlisberger managing is. His mental capacity of being a veteran, a gritty veteran.
Man, it's not that. They playing nobody.
Oh, then what's the point of rewatching Sissy Ball if no one's playing anyone?
I mean, the teams just aren't good this year like that.
Teams are not fucking good this year.
It's the same thing.
So it's just, let's just put an asterisk by anyone that wins. Do you understand the excuses that you make for these guys?
We can't put an asterisk next to the Lakers winning, so we can't put an
Why
asterisk.
are you bringing up basketball?
I'm just saying.
Who would target that?
I'm just saying.
Who would take shots like that?
You said to put an asterisk next to it, right?
Nobody's ever playing anyone.
I'm just saying, it's not a lot of good teams. It's top heavy, just like the
There's
NBA.
plenty good teams like any year. It's 6 good teams like every year in football.
It's more than 6 good teams every
So
year.
it's no, you have...
It's 4 good teams every year in the NBA, but it's like 8, 9 good teams.
You have a whole West, NFC West that's just light years ahead of everyone.
Yeah, okay, so that's 4 teams right there. 3 out of 4. All right, so where the other 3 teams at, Tat?
There's plenty more teams in the football that's
just said
better
6.
than... You know what? When we get to TatMoney's top tier team list, that's not how it goes, is it?
I mean, we're going to do that today? We'll do it today.
We ain't got to do it today.
We'll do it today.
We don't. No, we're not doing it today.
We're doing it today.
Because I don't like I say, he came in here with a negative attitude. He doesn't have any positive backing with me or nothing. He's just a negative Nathan.
Negative Nathan.
Yeah, I don't want to call you a Nancy, so I would call you
be negative. That's the worst part in the whole.
That's what I'm saying. You're an NN.
All right, man. So Jim Burrows got Joe Burrow. My bad. He got hurt for the season, man. He out for the rest of the season. Tore his ACL and MCL as a quarterback from the Bengals, the rookie I was telling you about early in the year. And then today, Matt Patricia, the coach for the Lions, got fired. Him and the general manager Bob Quinn got fired today.
This should have been fired since they made Megatron retire.
That they wasn't on the staff then.
Neither one of them was on the staff then?
Nah, these guys only been there for 3 years.
This should have never been fucking hired then.
They got hired because they came from Belichick.
Everybody can't be a hooded guru and a champion like Belichick. Just because you're on the staff don't make you a winner.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but that's why people got jobs, because of their affiliation with him.
Can I get a job?
You go be affiliated with him up there in New
I'm
England.
talking about, can I get a job with you on the show? Because it's like every other day I'm fired or it's just something.
Man, you never got fired.
So can I have a job? Can I do my job?
Haven't you been here already?
You don't allow me to do my job.
What's your job?
It's to talk sports.
All right, let's talk sports then. Go ahead. You lead. You quarterback.
What's wrong with the Buccaneers?
Tom Brady, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. Listen, I like Tom Brady. I respect Tom Brady. He is the best quarterback of all time, in my opinion. But it's over with, man. Like, that shit don't look good, man. When they out there, they lost to the Rams Monday night, man. He throwing that shit he shouldn't even be throwing that. Like, Leonard Fournette can't catch worth a damn. Like, yeah, that's just it, man. The defense doing everything. We still can't put points on the board. Maybe it's the coaching, but I'm going to lean more towards Brady on this one. What do you think?
I think he got dementia. He's 43 years old. He's losing focus. He needs to wear glasses. He needs to be out there with goggles as a quarterback. So he need goggles.
So you think he can't see?
No, he can't see. He done lost eyesight. Too many hits to the head. Trauma, traumatic stress to where everything is blurry. It's blurry. What the shit is would you get from getting hit in the head as a football player? Concussion. You had got it at goddamn Georgia Southern.
Concussions.
Yeah. You got a bunch of them.
Nah, I only had one.
You had one. Yeah, and you never recovered.
And how the fuck are you talking about?
Because the shit you talk about in the show let me know your ass is still in your glory days at Georgia Southern talking these fake facts.
What's fake about what I
Because
said?
it's not Tom Brady's fault.
So whose fault is it then?
The fact that he was kicked out of New England.
Whose fault is it that
It's
Tampa
Belichick's fault for kicking him out of New England and making him have to go to the Buccaneers and create a new system, a new play style, and no one's getting their shit together. No one can run their routes like they're supposed to. No one can block like they're supposed to. They got the GOAT, damn near the leader in the interceptions. The GOAT is the leader in the interceptions.
You don't even watch sports. Because first of all, the offensive line has been playing great. Our defense is great.
So why he getting interceptions?
That's on him. That don't have shit to do with
That's
Belichick.
because the guys are not being where they're supposed to be, where we talked about, where we practiced.
I mean, a lot of that could be possible, but like I said, those passes that he threw against the Rams, those 2 interceptions, those were his fault.
How many throws was to Antonio Brown?
I think he had like 7 catches.
But how many throws?
I think 8.
8.
8 or 9.
The motherfucker caught 7 for 9.
Mm-hmm.
Why we didn't go to him 10 more times?
That's the thing. We were, but we have penalties. You got penalties, man. All that shit come back holding. That's stupid shit. Like,
that's not Tom Brady.
The interceptions are Tom Brady's fault, dog. Like, you can say what you want to say, but like, I watch those games. Like, I see when he dropped back, and if he don't look at Mike Evans or Antonio Brown, he automatically fall into the ground. Like, he's scared, man. He don't want to get hit no more. That's not gonna work in NFL, man. Not when you playing against good defenses. You can't go out there and be scared, man.
You know why? Sissy ball. Where you fall on the fucking ground instead of getting hit like a real fucking man. You know, I'm going to give you guys a little behind the scenes inside shit. Cedric asked me, hey, Mr. Money, what's your favorite part of football?
I never called this nigga
I
Mr.
said,
Money.
hitting motherfuckers. People getting hit. And you have a quarterback that's the GOAT who is scared to get hit. It's because he's traumatized from the line of New England. He's not used to having a sufficient line. He's automatically curling.
Curling?
Yeah, tucking his tail and curling like a little fetal position. Protecting the ball. Like a little bitch.
Anyway. I still got us going 11-5 though, man.
I mean, they're what? Say it with me. You ready? Let's do it together. Let's combine our powers like Captain Planet.
Captain who?
I got spit in my mouth. Captain Planet. Let's form Captain Planet.
I'm not doing that, man.
They're not playing anyone. That's why they'll go 11-5 because what? All teams suck.
All right, man. So let me ask you this.
No.
What team should other teams be scared to see in the playoffs, man? Right now. Out of the little bit you do know about football.
I know they should be scared of the Seahawks. I know they should be scared of the Chiefs. I know they should be scared of the Titans. I know they should be scared of even the Ravens. That's a scary team on paper. I know they should be scared of the Saints even without Drew Brees. They should be scared of the Titans. I know who they should not even worry about.
Who?
The Buccaneers.
You crazy. Watch this playoff run the Buccaneers put together. I think more teams should be worried about the Colts, man. Like the Colts flying under the radar like hell, but
I told you about that. The same person you say don't watch sports told you about the Colts and told you about the legendary Phillip Rivers.
But it's not even because of Phillip Rivers. It's because of their defense. I was going to say, Mr. Smart Guy. Like, the Colts got the best defense in the league. And, like, nobody.
They don't have the best defense in the league.
Statistically, they do, man.
They're statistically ranked number 2. You can pull it up on your phone right now.
All right.
And you say, I don't watch sports.
So, why? So, okay. So, what about Arizona? You think teams have to worry about Arizona? You think Arizona not deadly in the playoffs? Them or the Raiders?
No.
Man, the Raiders could be the team that could sneak in there, man. All right, Tad. So since you always talking this shit about, oh, I only watch this team and this particular team, and I don't watch this team, who are your top tier teams in the league?
I watch all teams. Let y'all know out there. I watch all teams. I might not even sit there and watch the whole game, but I watch the fucking highlights like anybody else do. And I'm gonna show you my goddamn tier list. All right, this is my tier list. And at the bottom, we have the teams that all should get felonies for stealing taxpayers' money. Should not even be on fucking TV. Nobody should even watch these teams. If these teams play, I want you to boycott these son of a bitches because they're wasting your goddamn time. And the first one on this list is the Atlanta Falcons, right here. Bitch ass Falcons. Then after you go to the Falcons, don't forget, you got the Jets. Throw their ass at the bottom of the tier list. And you already know, when you think about sorry-ass motherfuckers, I want you to remember a team, the Jaguars. Throw their ass on up there. And don't forget, the worst of them all. Yep, I said it. Worstest of them all. Eagles. Washington. Get your bitch ass out of here. All right. Now, these are the next tier. This team list right here are teams that are in the league, and you're still trying to figure out why the fuck do they get a check? All right. They ain't gonna win shit. They ain't going nowhere. Where they're going? Back fucking home, because they ain't going to the goddamn playoffs. Line them up. You see that shit right there? Brown, Bengals, 49ers. Now see, the 49ers, they had a great defense last year. This year they suck. All right. Now we're going to teams that might get in the playoffs. Wild cards. Teams that can infiltrate. All right. You have the Texans. You have the Broncos. You have the Dolphins. You have... What the hell? Wait a minute, you guys. We forgot the Giants. Get your bitch ass on the team we don't need to watch. All right. Now, let's go to the team that's going to be scary for people to face. I mean, scary. Ravens. Bow. Texans. Bow. The Colts. This team right here is guaranteed to make someone shit it in their pants in the playoff. Bow! All right. If I forgot somebody, that means they're not even worth watching. Now let's go to the teams that are Super Bowl contenders, but not Super Bowl favorites. And you already know what those teams are. Saints! No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I might have to do it. Buccaneers! Man, Titans! And your team to watch, your top two contenders, your Super Bowl predictions, your top players, your top teams, they're on the Chiefs, Steelers. This is my tier list. And you notice the Cowboys are not on it because they're below trash.
So this gonna be our week 13 predictions, man. You ready? Let's see how you do with this.
Let's NFL predictions. Asterisk.
What's the asterisk for?
It's because we skipped the whole week.
Well, that's just the scores.
And then I'm supposed to have 15 to 25.
You're not supposed to have 15. Like, why do you do that, man?
Let's keep cheating.
I gave you points, and I'm still cheating. All right, man. The Browns play the Titans. Who you like, man?
Titans.
I'm going with Titans as well. Saints and the Falcons. This time, we'll see who they start. If it's Taysom Hill again, or if it's Jameis.
Falcons.
You going with the Falcons?
I'm a gambler.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
I'm going to go at the Saints. I just can't see myself choosing the Falcons. I fully intended on picking the Falcons when we made that, but I can't do it. The Colts and the Texans play.
Colts.
I'm going to Colts as well. Then you got the Cardinals and the Rams.
Cardinals.
I'm actually going to go Rams on this one. And then you got the Patriots and the Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm going to go Patriots. So that's that. The scoreboard currently is 14-26, regardless of what he says. But we didn't do predictions for the week before last because you was in LA, so we didn't film. So we don't have no scores to give you. At least you're not taking the L this week. Kind of leave on a draw, 0-0.
But it was games played that we did to where we should.
Here you go with that shit again. Let's talk about some shit that's worth it to you. The NBA, man, they still got trades going on. I'm gonna tell you a person who signed with the Lakers in free agency, man, and I love this shit, dog. Marc Gasol. They got him signing with the Lakers, and JaVale McGee ended up going somewhere else. He went to Cleveland. How you feel about it?
I said we was going to get rid of Dwight Howard and McGee, get them both out of here.
I thought they would have kept one. They got rid of both.
We evaluate you, and if you don't meet the standards, you're out of here. And that's what happened. Marc Gasol, he can stretch the floor, rebound and block. Hey, Marc Gasol is back to the team that drafted him.
So who's going to be you think Marc Gasol going to be the starting five for them, right?
No.
Or Harrell?
No.
Who you think is going to be?
It's probably going to be Montreal.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd rather see him stay in the six, man. I'd rather him and Schroeder come off of the bench. I know Schroeder going to start. I guess we could talk about...
The real good pickup for the Lakers was Matthews.
Wesley Matthews?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good pickup. That was a good upgrade over Danny Green. Hell of an upgrade. What about Hassan Whiteside? He leaving Portland. He going to Sacramento.
He's a shell of the past.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur at this point. I don't even see how he's still going to be relevant. DeMarcus Cousins, man, like he going to Houston. That's going to suck because he about to go out like a loser.
The Houston franchise is over with. Their reign of being in the playoffs, their reign of being in contention, all that
is done.
It's done.
I don't want to say quite yet.
Harden doesn't want to play for them. Westbrook doesn't want to play for them. Who wants to play for them? No one but Tucker.
PJ Tucker. All right, what about Tristan Thompson to Boston?
That was a power move for Boston. Not only because they got rid of Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
They picked up a big man
that they desperately needed.
An opposing force in the hole to contend. And you got to think about this. Boston will be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Sixers.
No, they will not, man.
Against the Sixers.
Over the Nets, over the Heat. Yeah, all right. You say so, man.
Jason Tatum will remember everything that happened to him, and he will write. Jason Tatum is a top 10 player in the league.
That shit is tiring, hearing you talk about this dude.
I don't see why you don't like him, because he's light-skinned.
I mean, you the one that always shit on the light-skinned player.
I'm just trying to figure out why you don't like him.
I mean, like I said, Jason Tatum is good, but he's not good enough to take that team by himself to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No man is, besides LeBron James.
I mean, you've had teams be carried on the back of one person.
Name them.
Milwaukee.
That's a Greek.
Toronto.
Freak. No, Toronto was a team. Always been a full team.
Man, you see.
What person carried them?
Kawhi?
Hell no, he didn't. How? When they've been in the number one team in the league for the 3 years.
And they never got past the second round of the playoffs.
They never got past who?
They never got past Boston.
They never got past LeBron.
They never got past... Man, I was just looking at the teams who eliminated them in the playoffs, man. They always lose in the playoffs. They lost to Philly. That ain't had nothing to do with LeBron. They lost to Boston. That didn't have nothing to do with LeBron.
So they just did it because Kawhi had a fucking bounce drop against a team.
The 76ers?
Yes. It's not like, I mean, what?
Yeah.
A lucky drop? And you saying that made him carry that team because of that?
Yeah.
And he played everybody else he played, had teams of people that was hurt?
Yeah.
No.
Who else was hurt? They beat Milwaukee. They put Milwaukee out. Milwaukee was at full strength. What the fuck you talking about?
Bledsoe was hurt.
Who gives a fuck about Bledsoe, man?
He was a general.
Man,
he was a floor general. That's why they couldn't get past this year in the bubble because he was also hurt. That's why they traded him because he's injured.
He's sorry. Just say it, man. He's not good.
He's decent.
He's not good. The one player who did resign with the Lakers I don't like, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
I like him. Yeah, I like Kentavious. Kentavious stood up in the paint and played like a champion in the bubble. Only person you should feel some type of way about returning is Kuzma.
Kuzma gonna get traded for the season over with. That's cool. I wanted Kuzma to come back. He good trade bait. I guarantee you before the season over, the Lakers trading for somebody much better.
Good riddance. Because that's the only weak link on my squad.
That's the only weak link?
On my squad, yes. Name another weak link on my squad.
I mean, they're not there now, but, it's a whole new season. But last year, no, he wasn't the only weak spot.
I'm talking about this year. In this squad right here, he's the only weak link.
The team hasn't played yet. We haven't started.
It don't matter.
It does matter, man.
I'm going by insertion of players.
All right. Serge Ibaka, you thought he was coming to the Lakers. He went to the Clippers.
That's disrespectful, and he's going to get the same shit, the same beat down, the same ass cutting that Kawhi got.
I'm glad he didn't come to the Lakers.
Why? That's not a good reason why you don't want him to the Lakers.
Overrated, man.
How is he overrated when he can stretch the floor, defend?
What the fuck?
Footwork.
Do you remember Ibaka doing since he left Oklahoma City? He's been in Toronto since then, right? He's been in Toronto, 4 years now? He's had maybe one good season out of 4. Like, dude, what are you looking at, man? Like, he's a name. You recognize the name because of his run with the Thunder, but, I mean, you're not out here saying, oh, yeah, Ibaka is our 5th or 6th best player on our team. Hell no.
You know why?
Why?
Because they had a man named Siakam.
All right. So name somebody else besides Siakam.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Kyle Lowry. Name somebody else besides Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry don't play like the same position. We're talking about position of why Ibaka doesn't get the shine and get the play.
So what was the reason for this year when Siakam was disappearing? Because Siakam didn't play good this year after they came back with the bubble. So what's the excuse? Why didn't Ibaka step up there? Because Siakam didn't do jack shit. That's my point exactly, man. How he didn't do jack shit? I'm trying to think of his numbers. You didn't give me. You just so quick to say Ibaka didn't do nothing when Ibaka is a top tier center, power forward, top center. He's a top tier. He doesn't even play center, man. What did he play? Power forward. He played power forward in the. Oh, and he also plays center. Okay. In the league, you play more than one position. Not everybody, but okay. Ibaka does. Yeah, no, he's not good at any position he plays. That's my point. You just hating on the player you're not spitting facts. You're not spitting the numbers. You're just saying what's the numbers you got to say he good there? If Kawhi was more of a facilitator. That shit don't even count because you already blaming it on somebody else. If Kawhi was more of a facilitator. That's not Kawhi game. And that's the problem. That's why he'll never go nowhere. Man, you be moving the goalposts, man. Jeff Teague, man, he went to Boston too. How you feel about that? I thought he was going to end up going to the Spurs like you did. We need bench players. For Boston? Yeah. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he went to Atlanta. Let's get that check. Hey, man, you bullshitting. Atlanta going to have a good team, at least on paper. I don't know what that shit going to turn into on the court. But by name-wise, they should have a good team this year. You got Bogdanovic, you got Trae Young, you got Rondo. Like, they should have a pretty decent team, man, this year. You think not? Nope. That's not enough. I mean, it's not enough, but it's a good step in the right direction, though, I think. Rondo and Trae Young ain't gonna coexist together. You don't think so? No. I think so, because Trae Young will shoot first point guard while Rondo will pass first point guard. So I think you can end up moving Trae Young to the 2, and you can have them on the floor together. I think it'll work. I hope it'll work. It should. But I ultimately don't give a fuck. It's the Hawks. All right, Donovan Mitchell and Brandon Ingram, man, they signed extensions with their team. I like that for Donovan Mitchell, man.
The Jazz is still gonna be uh number 3, number 4 team in the West.
I wasn't gonna even put them that high. I would have said 5 or 6, but yeah. I mean, there'll be a team who will get to the playoffs, but not get out the first round.
They're a team that's gonna always be up there because they're like any other team that stays together. A team that's prays together, stays together, plays together, win together.
You said pray together?
Yeah.
All right. Steven Adams, man, he went from the Thunder to the Pelicans.
Now that's a team you're supposed to be saying getting a roster together.
Yeah, I think they are too. And they're gonna have Van Gundy coaching, man, so they're gonna be a hell of a lot better. So I like the Pelicans for 2021. The only question mark I got with the Pelicans is still Zion Williamson if he don't get hurt, man. I think he's gonna be one of them guys that get hurt a lot. And if he get hurt, that's gonna be pretty much the end of their team.
What position are we gonna play him?
Who? Zion?
Yes.
You really only can play him at the 4, man. You can't put him at the 3. Your prototypical small forward in the NBA gonna just like kind of burn him because I don't think he's necessarily known for defense. But then he's not big enough to, switch from the 4 to the 5.
He's the same size as Montreal Harris.
Yeah, but Montreal, the man's last name is Harrell, man. It's not Harris. Quit disrespecting the Lakers like that. But that's the thing though, man. Like you see the type of defensive player that Montreal Harrell is though. Like you know him for defense. Like
we don't know Zion for anything because he's been hurt.
You know Zion for dunking.
That don't count. Anybody can dunk.
Yeah, but anybody don't light up the crowd like that. And I think that's the thing about Zion Williamson. I think he's more of a player with a name. As of right now, a player with a name and a player with skill.
He's a weaker Blake Griffin.
You can't be a weaker Blake Griffin because Blake Griffin is pretty weak, dog.
Blake Griffin is not weak. He's weak now that he's old, but when he first came in the league, he was unstoppable.
Because all he could do was dunk. You don't remember Blake Griffin doing anything, but no, he didn't even have a jumper.
And that's why I said he's a weaker Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is bigger and powerful.
I don't understand what the fuck you be talking about.
How you don't understand if I say he's a weaker person? What you don't comprehend of that?
How can you say that Zion Williamson is a weaker version of Blake Griffin when Blake Griffin is a weak version of himself?
Because he's older. I'm talking about a prime Blake
I'm saying
Griffin.
that, man. All he could do was dunk. You just saying dunking.
He could do a little bit more.
What?
He was a great defender. He could stretch the floor a little bit if he really had to.
I don't even remember that dude dunking. I don't remember him doing anything else.
He was a part of
Lob City
finals contender.
Where? With the Clippers?
That just couldn't mesh together personality.
Dude, you never expected the Clippers to go to the finals. Get out of here with that shit. You never.
How can you expect them to go there when Kobe was there?
You never once in your motherfucking life had the NBA season start and you said, "Oh, I think the Clippers are gonna be in the Western Conference Finals this year."
When LeBron was in Miami, they was talking about the Clippers.
Who was talking about the Clippers? The media?
All the talking heads.
Yeah, because you know why? Because they wanted a LA versus LA match. But even then, with you and your right sense of mind, did you think that LeBron and the Lakers was going to have to play them boys in the Western Conference Finals this year? Honestly, did you think they was going to get that far?
Come on, this year?
This year.
Yes, I did.
I didn't think so.
This year I did. This year I thought we were going to meet them in the Western Conference Finals. Yes, I did.
You know why I didn't think that? Because they had Paul George. Like, you had to know it wasn't going to be Paul George in no conference finals, man.
You can't say that.
I can't say that. Paul George has never been in the conference finals.
Let me think back. No, LeBron eliminated in Indiana all times before they went to, and they played then they played Boston, didn't play them. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so I knew they weren't going to go, but anyway.
Paul George is not that bad as we really say he is.
He's worse than what we say
he just don't have the work ethic.
He just don't have
the personality to mesh with other players. He's a prima donna.
Fucking skill, man. Paul George was another one of those Kevin Love experiments. A good player on the average team. That's all that shit was, man. He was with the Pacers for so long, and he put up numbers so good, they just be like, oh, he had to be a star. And every now and then he'll come out and drop 30 on you. But right after he give you 30, he'll give you 7. and you'll lose by 20. He'll give you 30 and you'll win by 5.
Paul George is a great fourth man.
Yeah, I want to hear you say that when the season started.
If Paul George came to the Lakers for Kuzma, man. I would accept him.
Yeah, you would accept anybody come to the Lakers.
Not anybody.
Who wouldn't you accept?
I only take good chemistry. Yeah. I only take good vibes. I only take players that are gonna get out there and work and fight and hustle. I don't need nothing destroying our chemistry. But I feel like under the tutelage of LeBron James, we can make a man out of anybody. We change personalities. You seen how humble Cousins was? Did you see how humble Cousins was under the vision of LeBron James?
Yeah, because he knew his shit. He wasn't about to get a ring. He time to shut the fuck up and get this title. I shut the fuck up too if I was in this situation.
You just got a mission to hate on basketball and all the basketball players.
Not really. I like certain players. I like certain teams. Overall, though, every year you know who's going to win the NBA Finals when that shit start up. You knew who was going to win that shit last year. You know who's going to win that shit this year, but it didn't even start yet. We didn't even got to the preseason. The NBA is the most predictable sport there ever has been, bro. That shit more predictable than wrestling.
Last year.
Yes. I told you that at the beginning
of the
season. You
knew Miami was going to come out the Eastern.
No, I didn't think that, though. I thought
unpredictable.
No, I thought Milwaukee
thought.
Hold up, let me finish. I thought Milwaukee was going to come out the East at the beginning of the season. By the time they got in the bubble, and they had done played Miami a couple of times in the bubble, and that one time outside the bubble, I knew that Miami would put Milwaukee out. I still didn't expect Miami to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I knew that the Lakers would win the championship ultimately. The only time that I ever been like, okay, I'm surprised that this team won the title in the NBA in like the last 15 years almost is the fucking Raptors. Every other time, I knew who the fuck was going to win that shit. I knew who the last two teams was going to be. I didn't expect the Raptors to beat Golden State that year.
Year before the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't count.
Why don't it count?
Because you got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and all the other bitches of the West.
And that's on one to the team. Raptors, right?
So of course you know they're going to win. Of course you know they're going to get to the finals.
I knew Cleveland was going to beat Golden State the year that they won the shit. What are you talking about?
Everyone knows LeBron going to beat every team.
But he didn't beat them the first time he played
because
them.
Both of my star players got hurt.
Regardless of the fact, bro, you knew who the last two teams were going to be in that shit. When the season tipped off, whatever day it was in September, you knew it was going to be Golden State and the fucking Cavaliers in the championship.
The bubble was our most unpredictable.
It was not.
That was very unpredictable. You did not know the Clippers were going to get put out like that. You thought small ball was going to work.
And Houston, no. I knew it wasn't. I knew it when they had Harden. Listen, I'm going to tell you just like this, viewers. The NBA Finals this year is going to be the Lakers against the Nets. That's who it's going to be. It's going to be. Remember I told you this shit on episode 15. It'll be the Lakers and the Nets in the finals, and the Lakers will win the NBA championship again.
And viewers, simple, TatMoney is your person that y'all come through for facts and the right answers. It's going to be the Lakers and the Celtics.
All right. Well,
in the finals.
That. Remember I told you that.
Remember I told you this.
So we were pretty much sure Houston not going to go. And you just said earlier that that's the end of Houston because Harden went out, Westbrook went out.
They're done.
Who the fuck would be a good fit for Russell Westbrook right now, this upcoming season? What team do you think would benefit the most from having him on their team?
Milwaukee Bucks.
I would say them too. I didn't think about them. But
because I'm on the show to think for you.
No, you're just on the show to talk basketball. But I think it would be better for Westbrook at this point, man, to just stay in Houston.
Contrary to your belief, people watch the show to hear me talk football.
I don't think so. I think people watch the show just because to watch you. I don't think it's necessary to talk football because you don't even talk football.
I do talk football. I talk football for 30 minutes we've been filming.
Dude, I just asked you who was your favorite player on the fucking Raiders.
You can't make me have a favorite player on these teams.
I asked you who was your favorite player.
You just want me to make it up.
I asked you
they want the real deal me. They don't want a fake guy that just, all right, let me read this paper and see who got the statistics that I should like on this team. I don't like them.
Because you don't watch the shit.
I watch it to talk about it.
Man, anyway.
I don't watch it to like them. I watch it because I know I got to come on the show and I got to have a little bit of information about them.
Like I said, I asked you who was your favorite player on the team. You said the fucking stadium.
It is. It's a nice fucking stadium. They spend a lot of money on it. I want to visit it.
But you haven't been. You don't even know.
Because man, Corona.
This sounds so stupid, man. So you say Milwaukee Bucks would be the best team for Russell Westbrook to go to?
Yes.
I say Houston. I say just go ahead and just fuck it. Just average a triple-double for the rest of your season.
Why let his career die like that when he could have stayed at Oklahoma for that?
I mean, he could have, but he wanted to come over there with Houston. He thought they was going to do something.
The name of this episode would be Negative Cedric. Negative Cedric. Cedric the Negative. Negative Man. Yeah, that's your superhero power. Negative Man.
All right, so let's talk something positive then.
Thank you.
Who got the best roster in the NBA right now?
Why do we even have to talk about this dumb shit?
Why do we talk about the NBA, period?
Because you know the best team in the NBA paper-wise is the Clippers.
The Clippers?
Yes.
On paper?
On paper. On paper.
Boy, you sound fucking...
And okay then, so why the fuck would you ask me that shit? And you know it's the Lakers. You know I had to say something dumb for the fucking show just to keep it rolling. And you know it's the Lakers. You have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, goddamn Marcus Gasol, goddamn Schroeder, goddamn Caldwell Pope. We got Alex Caruso. We even got Matthews. Coming out of goddamn retirement, Jason Kidd. We got an all-star lineup. We have an all-star lineup that no one can match up with on paper. Go to the teams. Go to Denver Nuggets. Who do we have? Fucking no one. Go to goddamn Miami. They have a fucking mechanic as a leader. Goddamn Milwaukee. A foreigner who doesn't even speak English with no help.
All right, so who's the second best team on paper then?
Those bitches in black and silver.
Who, the Spurs?
No.
The Nets?
Yes.
Oh, man.
On paper?
On paper, yeah. On paper. All right. And you say you ain't got no fucks at all about the Hawks building their team up right now.
They don't have the power forward in the center position they're lacking.
Yeah.
So what they gonna do when they go for defense?
Who are the legitimate teams to win the NBA title this year? The Lakers, the Nets. You put Miami back in it because they went last year. I think Denver could take a step forward. Maybe Dallas. And who else after that?
Pelicans.
They're the fucking Pelicans, man. They didn't even go to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but they are a contender.
So you got...
I thought we were talking about paper.
Yeah.
Are we going by our common sense? We're going by paper or our common sense?
Let's go common sense.
Okay, but then I won't put them in that for common sense. Or common sense, I will add those guys. I'll add those guys in the basement in there.
Who's in the basement?
The Clippers.
I still don't believe in them, man.
I'll add them. So I'll add the Greek Freak, and I add Boston. And I definitely add 76ers. 76ers, they're going to be in the conference finals against Boston.
So you got Boston and Philly.
Just look at the Sixers on paper. Look at them.
Yeah, but we've seen this already, man.
No, you did not see it under Glenn. You have goddamn Dwight Howard, Embiid, goddamn Ben Simmons, goddamn you got the shooter and Danny Green.
That's who you think gonna be the shooter. See that your theory falls apart.
They had got another shooter. What the boy name is? The other shooter they got another shooter. Do I have to? Are you gonna say it or you need me to say it?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right, they got the best fucking Curry in the fucking league. Everyone say it with me. Steph Curry on the Sixers. They got nothing but shooting. They're spreading the floor. They also have leadership in Glenn. I mean, and they have Tobias Harris, an X Factor. On paper, They are a contender.
Common sense wise, you know it ain't gonna happen though, right?
Common sense wise, I'm not going to doubt Glenn.
All right. So college top 10 update for this week is you got number 10 Miami, number 9 Georgia, number 8 Northwestern, undefeated Northwestern, number 7 Cincinnati, number 6 is Florida, 5 is Texas A&M, 4 is Ohio State, 3 is Clemson, 2 is Notre Dame, 1 is Alabama. Your boys Oregon, they number 15. They dropped from number 12 to number 15. Nick Saban, he got COVID for the second time this year. So Alabama playing Auburn this week in the Iron Bowl. Nick Saban won't be there. I predict a blowout by Alabama. And you asked last week, you said, why is it no college fans anywhere? One of our viewers wrote in and said he think you don't see any college fans this year because there's no tailgating. I think that's a legitimate excuse. Why you don't see the college fans out? There's nobody really out tailgating right now. Everybody watching the games at home. Any thoughts?
That makes sense. He's a smart fan. A fan like you is a friend of mine. Keep dropping those jewels and knowledge.
Yeah, all the people who leave comments in the comment section of YouTube, we appreciate all y'all. So your top 5 storylines heading into the 2021 NBA season. You got your top 5?
Go ahead, finish.
I got my top 5. I'm gonna do my top 5 first.
Go ahead.
And you tell me if my top 5 sound good.
All right. No, it sounds stupid.
My fifth storyline, fifth most interesting storyline going into this season. I got can Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons actually play together? Because now you don't have them to blame the coach anymore. You got a brand new coach. So if these two don't work together this year, somebody got to go.
It's not going to be Embiid.
I don't think it's going to be Ben Simmons.
So who's going to leave?
I think it's going to be Embiid. I think you'll get more trade value with Embiid than you would Ben Simmons.
Now that's true.
Yeah, so I think they'll come up off of that.
So do I need to tell you how I feel about that now or just after?
You can tell it now.
I think it's I think it's a great assessment.
All right. My number 4 most interesting.
It's dumb.
Interesting NBA storyline this season is Giannis Alphabet. Not whether or not he's going to win a title, not whether or not he's going to be the MVP, but just whether or not he get traded this year. I think he's going to end up getting traded. Milwaukee going to start out slow, and I think they're going to end up trading him off to just make sure because they know he's going to leave in free agency anyway. What's your thoughts about that?
I think he's going to force a trade.
Mm-hmm. Any idea you want to make a early wager, an early bet where you think he's going to go?
Miami.
I think so, Miami as well.
That's the only destination that makes sense. That's the only person that has enough power, enough talk game to lure him is Pat Riley.
I think Golden State is on the radar too.
No. If he goes to Golden State, that'll be the most horriblest, despicablest, foul thing he can do for his career.
You know why? Because now he actually challenged LeBron.
Not because he had challenged
and you're
LeBron.
Scared.
Because because
my point exactly.
What he's gonna be? What he's gonna be? Draymond Green, Pascal, goddamn, who else? Wiseman. What position is he gonna play?
Moving to the
shooting guard.
He's moving to the small forward.
Why? Because Clay hurt.
Yeah. My point exactly.
Then that's you right. That's the only thing he can do for us.
Yeah. So that's something to just watch. My number 3 most interesting story.
I don't like it.
Heading into the year of the Brooklyn Nets, man. I think the boys either going to do real good or they going to bomb out. And I'm hoping they bomb out so I can laugh at all the Kyrie Irving fans. What's your thoughts about that?
I don't want to see Kyrie Irving win. I don't want to see Kevin Durant win. Those are my 2 most hated players on one team together, forming a legion of hate.
So that's why I said they bomb, maybe?
I don't want them to bomb. I want them to fail miserably. I want Steve Nash
get fired halfway through the season.
To not get fired, but to quit.
Quit after the 3rd game?
Yes, I want him to quit.
We'll see. My number 2 most interesting storyline heading into this upcoming season. The Denver Nuggets, man. I think they're gonna be a lot better than they were last year, which is saying a lot because they went to the Western Conference Finals.
You said they're gonna be better.
I think they're gonna be better this year. I think you got.
You don't watch sports.
They didn't lose anybody.
What acquisitions did they make?
They didn't.
They didn't. Okay.
Man, they played. Hold up, just be honest. Like all jokes aside, did they or did they not play better than you thought they were gonna do last year?
They excelled.
And
Expectations.
And we can pretty much attribute that to the fact of coaching and a team chemistry, right? Right?
I'm not here to
I'm just asking you a question, yes or no?
I'm not here to stroke your ego.
You're not stroking my ego.
Yes, I am. If I say you're right, I am.
You're not stroking my ego. You've been in here the whole thing telling me I've been wrong. So you can acknowledge one time when I'm right, right? Are you that type of dude? You are a LeBron fan, I forgot. And the number one most interesting storyline headed into the NBA season for me, man, is can they do this shit again with the bubble? The NBA did it perfectly with the corona. Like, they didn't have any positive tests after they got into the bubble, which is pretty remarkable considering everything else around the pandemic.
Are we sure they're doing the bubble?
They said they were.
Because they say Toronto going to play in Tampa.
Yeah, but they can't have any gatherings of large crowds. Like, you don't see any crowds in the basketball games this year. I don't think. At least not.
They might well give it to TV because that was great.
Yeah, it was great. The bubble went a lot better than I thought it was. That's why I say so. That's going to be what I'm watching out this year in the NBA. Those are the 5 things that I think going to be the most interesting things happening this year in the NBA. And of course, the Lakers repeat, but that's not even worth even speaking on. What's your top 5?
My top 5, number 5, is Jason Tatum. Can he prove he's the prince of the league? Yes, the prince of the league. Number 4, can Luka and Porzingis get to the finals? Can Porzingis stay healthy? Can Luka carry this team further than what he did last year? Will he rise as the great, legendary white legend? My 3rd is, will Harden make it on the Nets, or will his career die in Houston? Because he's going to have to play.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to play. So will he suck it up and get eliminated in the first round, or will he get his wish and play on the Nets and sink the Titanic with the rest of those bitch-ass bums? My 2nd is, now that the Clippers don't have their coach, will I get to sit in my house and be joyous as Kawhi failed as they start the league. The storyline I want to see is the Clippers has a 0-10 start with no leadership, no voice, no nothing. That team chemistry is destroyed. They're trying to trade Patrick Beverly. They're trying to trade Lou Williams. They're trying to trade goddamn Paul George jerseys just where he can get the fucking cue to get the fuck out of here and ask for a fucking trade. They're begging him to ask for a trade, and I want to see him trade it. And I want him to come to the Lakers. Come on, baby. Now, my number 1 storyline is the road to 5. This storyline will be so great. Can he do it? Will he do it? Will he pass Kareem in scoring? Will he be able to get up? Will he stay on this team when they get Giannis by All-Star break, but he can play his last year with his son Bronny? Because Bronny is 16. So in 2 years, he'll be 18. He has 1 more year with the Lakers, and then next year is a player option. When we win this 5th ring, we will sign that player option for 2 more years. And when that will signify Bronny, Braun, Lakers, Giannis, Anthony Davis, greatest Laker team ever. That's the storyline that I'm rooting for.
So you really think that this man's son gonna end up going to the Lakers?
And if he don't, we'll make a after draft trade. You forgot it's clutch sports, and we come through in the clutch.
So what if somebody draft him and they say, okay, well, we'll give you back LeBron James' son in exchange for Anthony Davis?
His services was great.
Oh,
I appreciate
man,
everything
get
he
the
done
fuck outta here,
for
man.
LA.
That's
I appreciate
crazy,
the
dude.
3 rings, the 3-peat that he's going to do. I appreciate the 3-peat. I appreciate that. But I need you to go chase more money, Anthony Davis. I need to see this magical moment of LeBron and LeBron Jr. playing together.
Man, that shit fucking ridiculous, Taddy. You know that shit.
It's a fantasy that will be lived.
It's a fantasy.
That will be lived.
Man, you don't even watch sports.
You don't watch sports.
Subscribe on YouTube. Click the like button. Comment. Share and all that shit.
And make sure you tell me how awesome I am in the comments and how you appreciate me, because I feel unappreciated fans out there. I do. I really do. You don't understand how I'm out here trying to find a replacement for Seth. I'm out here trying to find a replacement, preferably a Chinese guy. I feel like they know more about sports than him.
Go in the comments and tell him how ridiculous he sounds sometimes too. You don't even watch sports.